Yeah.
This shit is insane. Seriously, I have not seen something this crazy for a long time. Where I'm watching one episode and I'm already talking about this is crazy. Well, wait for the next 6 episodes because it's about to get way crazier. I mean, we started on Earth and went to Mars with this. So everybody, of course, is on lockdown. As you can see, Martin and myself, we are both streaming from the house. So that is why we've started to have this thing called Shut-In Cinema, where we are catching up on all of the streaming shows and movies that people have been talking about, but we just been too busy to catch up on. And that's why, Corona's not good for anybody. This is not a great thing here, but it does give you time to watch those things that people recommend that before you never had a chance to get to. For example, everybody's been talking about this documentary out here, Tiger King. A lot of people saying, ain't that a Asylum Lion King ripoff? No. I mean, it might be at this point.
Don't rule it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very sure that's out there, but Netflix has their own Tiger King. It is the latest documentary from Netflix, and that is a wonderful thing when Netflix drops documentaries. And I'll tell you why. Because Netflix, they don't just do documentaries. They do documentaries on the craziest shit they can find out there. If you've ever watched any documentaries on Netflix, you know ain't shit normal about it. Netflix will tell you straight up, oh, you have this story where you change the world and we're inspiration to people. I don't want to hear that shit. where you f***ed up and made the world worse? Yes? Now we can talk. Sit down. Have a seat. Let's go over
this. If you got enough material for an 8-part documentary, we're your guys.
The reason why I want to do this is because I'm very familiar with the subject matter that we're talking about right here.
Really?
Yeah, man. It's based on something that we actually talked about on this channel before a long time ago, probably about, I believe, like two years ago. We were talking about this. When we heard about this mullet-wearing, gay, redneck zookeeper who, if that wasn't crazy enough, who was also running for president.
I am not cutting my hair. I'm not changing the way I dress. I refuse to wear a suit. I have tried drugs through the younger years of my life.
Okay, you know what? Stop right there. You got my vote. I can't do any worse than what we got right now. And also, you look at this and you say, you know what, man, I just love this guy. That's amazing. Never seen anything like this before. I love this man. It's funny how many times I have said that and shit went horribly wrong. Every time I like something. Every time I say I like something or I love that, the chances are life gonna say, you know what, you can't have it. And that is what we have here.
You have to look within yourself to see your own flaw that makes you like something.
Yeah, life just tells you, you know what, you don't need this shit. No, here, you ain't gonna do nothing with it but f up yourself.
It's not every day that a zookeeper went to prison for murder for hire.
You're gonna have to kill me to shut me up.
You know something would have to go wrong with this guy because he's just too good to be true. Something, some guy like this is just too crazy.
Too good to be true.
Too good to be true.
I feel like you don't know what that expression means.
Oh, well, you know what? I know it. That's what I said. That's why she had to go wrong, because it was too good to be true. And this guy was like, it was too good for this guy to remain good. Something was going on with somebody. Like, this guy was too crazy to the point that he was going to have to mess up somewhere. There was something going on with this guy where, somebody who lives this eccentric, somebody who is this wild, somebody who lives life doing whatever they want to do. I mean, to hell with the tigers. Shit, forget the tigers. The tigers were the least of his work. Because everybody used to tell this guy, don't be going around all those tigers, man, around like that. Those tigers going to eat you. It's like, nah, man, that's the least of his worries.
That's the thing I get from the episode and a half I've watched is that everybody's focusing on these tigers with him. When it came to the tigers, he had it tight. It seemed like that was under control. It was just everything else.
Like I said, I saw this commercial that he did and didn't think anything about it until I heard about him later. But from that point where I'd learned about him and then the point where I'd heard about him later on and what happened with him, I didn't know any of the stuff that happened in between. And that is why when I tell you about this, I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum because, I mean, it's going to sound like maybe, I'm not. For all those people who are spoiler sensitive out there, I'm not spoiling a goddamn thing for you with this. There's so many twists in this story that you don't see anything coming. And they constantly happen. So I'm going to keep it to a minimum. Whatever I'm telling you with this, and you over there going, no, I don't want to hear. No, listen, I'm not spoiling shit.
Let me ask you this. How many episodes is it altogether?
It's 7.
Oh, God damn it. Why'd you tell me that?
No, get the hell out of here, man. 7 episodes. Because believe me, if you have the time, this is why I'm telling you about this. If you have the time to watch this and you start, this is the perfect thing for watching while you're being shut in and bored. Because I was just going to watch about 4 episodes today and I was hooked. Yeah. This shit is insane. Seriously, I have not seen something this crazy for a long time. Where I'm watching 1 episode and I'm already talking about this is crazy. Well, wait for the next 6 episodes because it's about to get way crazier. I mean, we started on Earth and went to Mars with this. The first thing that they do, because this is what a documentary does. A documentary is able to pull you in and then knock you right the out. You know? It's like a good documentary will invite you into his home and turn around and punch the shit out of you. And you don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I didn't see that coming. Why'd you do that? Exactly. You didn't. And that's what they do here because with this man, he's such a charismatic guy. He's such a charismatic guy that, it's just not enough for him to be a gay redneck zookeeper because he's already likable just being a gay mullet-wearing redneck zookeeper. But he goes way beyond that. You find out about the guy, like I said, very early on, that this guy is also kind of talented.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, the little bit when they show him sing.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, all right, he legit sounds like a really good country singer.
I thought they were pulling some Milli Vanilli shit. I did. That's
right.
Because when you hear him talk, he talk like this, but he get behind that mic, save the tiger. I'm like, shit.
Tell all the hunters to lay down their guns.
And he manages to work that into his business. So he has the zoo, but when you walk in, he's like, hey, you want a CD of my melodious voice right here? How about some old, and his name is Joe Exotic. And he's like, you want some Joe Exotic leopard print booty shorts, tiger print underwear? The guy, so you're thinking too, like, man, guy's kind of business savvy too. All of it is going well. But the only thing that keeps him from being completely happy is that bitch Carol Baskin.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Carol Baskin, and I am the founder and CEO of Big Cat Rescue. Ocelots, jungle cats.
Oh, hell, bitch, you got the whole goddamn jungle. Just let's say some time right here. but if it weren't for her and her henpecked husband, everything would be fine if they would just leave him alone.
Man, I mean, I know there's probably some twists and turns coming, but from where I am right now, I just hate her. Because, it seemed like she started out noble, but then it takes no time before you go, she's disingenuous, she's a hypocrite, and she has all the personality traits of somebody who's staunchly pro-life.
She looked at Joe and she said, you know what? These animals do not belong in the cages you put them in. Not like and here's where it gets into it. She's like, these animals don't belong in the cages that you put them in. They belong in the cages that I put them in. It's like, hey, they belong not in your zoo, but they belong in my zoo, my sanctuary. him and this woman, Joe Exotic, and this woman, Carol Baskin, they have this rivalry going on because she thinks that the conditions that he keeps his big cats in, that's wrong. She doesn't like the conditions. She thinks it's more of a zoo than an actual nature preserve or a place where you try to save these big cats. And she thinks his practices when caring for these animals are kind of shady. So she wants to go in and expose the whole thing. So they're just going back and forth. It's almost tit for tat. I mean, it almost gets comical the way they just keep going at each other. And at this point, Martin, it's here that we learn that cat people truly are crazy.
Oh yeah.
And the bigger the cat, the crazier those motherfuckers are, man.
Yep.
Most people who say they love animals are probably insane.
Yeah.
You know, I'm scared to almost say I love animals because people look at me like I'm crazy. And after looking at this documentary, I can't blame you for it. When it gets to this rivalry between Erotic Joe, whatever his name is, Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic.
Right? When you get to Joe Exotica and him dealing with this woman, Carol Bilker, whatever the hell her name is.
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin. You get to see how this is where you get to see just how dumb Joe is. Listen,
Right.
you can respect Joe for trying to defend himself.
Yeah.
But he starts to do these really dumb things. And the funny thing is that most of the stuff that he does is not only dumb, but it's illegal. And he's putting it right there on camera. And the whole time you're just shaking your head. It's just like, God damn, you're going to lose everything, man. It's only a matter of time. And by the way, that's just the first episode. You got 6 more to go, not only of Crazy Joe, but this whole crazy community of cat and animal people. It gets so insane with these people that it doesn't even have anything to do with the cats anymore. It has nothing to do with the animals anymore. No, hell no. It has nothing to do with that. This whole thing ends up being a murder mystery, thriller, soap opera, drama. And you know what? In the middle of it, they even throw in a little bit of horror.
An Oklahoma woman is recovering in the hospital this morning after being mauled by a tiger. NBC's Carrie Sanders is in Wynnewood, Oklahoma. Carrie, good morning.
You know, this is, and they show some of the mauling in there, or the aftermath of the mauling.
Right.
Folks, this shit is so insane. It's almost like the best season of Fargo that they never made. This shit is crazy. It's, you know,
you're right. It is one where the Coen brothers are like, well, shit. I wish we'd heard about this first.
Yeah, it is straight up Coen brothers material. We're talking about it like if they had made this into a movie. I'm glad they didn't, because if they had made this into a movie, Martin, we'd criticize this thing to shit.
I know.
We'd be like, well, you know,
they really jumped the shark on that one.
Yeah, well, it was a good idea. They just went a little too far and was very unbelievable. You know. Here's what I really love about it is that when I tell you, and listen, I'm telling you this, but it's not spoiling anything for you. It is not. It is not. The turns that this thing takes, and this is why this community, man, this is why you look at this and you say that, you know something, all these people, man, these people they don't care about these tigers, man. These animals and these exotic species, endangered species. Along the way, with these characters that we run into, you learn that there's another zoo owner out there, another exotic animal preserve where they say it might be, the guy might be running a sex cult. Martin already told you, they have the inspiration for Tony Montana, a drug dealer who just loves animals and took all his drug money to buy a bunch of animals. They got a Las Vegas, they have a Las Vegas con man who might or might not be a millionaire. I don't even know if they found out by the end of the documentary. Guy remained a mystery. And you know he's shady because everywhere he went, he walked around with this scary henchman. Some guy that has a teardrop, meaning that he probably killed somebody.
Right.
They even have a subplot where we're talking about the tigers, but they say, hey, whoa, hold on. Wait a minute. Ain't you that person that was in the middle of that whole story about that guy that went missing and they think that you might be the murderer? You know, yeah, we'll talk about these tigers in a little bit. Let's talk about your shit right now. You know, there are so many things that happen in this documentary, and I'm just sitting up here and I'm thinking, can it get any crazier? And it does, because like I said, every episode, boy, I tell you what, man, if you love twist, M. Night Shyamalan, this is your money's worth of Netflix right here, because there's a twist in every episode. There is something that pops up in every episode that you don't even that you never saw coming, and when it happens, you're still in disbelief. For example, Joe Erotic, he marries not one young dude but two.
And Joe, we are here today to offer them our love and our blessings. What they are about to do today is as old as mankind.
And probably illegal. But they, doing polygamy right there. But it happens, and the turn this takes is so unbelievable, but it's hilarious. And then they make you feel like an asshole for laughing, because then it takes a very dark and tragic turn. Yeah, man. The biggest thing that you take from this, it is a huge lesson in keeping your ego in check.
Yeah.
All these people are either fuck-ups or scumbags or dumbasses, because they all have egos, man. You know, everyone seems to be into these animals, man, and they are not. They
the animals are just a vehicle.
I'm telling you, if this is the best that these animals have and trying to protect them, they are practically extinct. He's dead and he don't even know it yet, if that's the best that we got. I'll tell you this much, man. Anytime, and this goes for a lot of things, I'm always suspicious. Anytime somebody goes writing one of these sappy ass songs about the planet or about animals or about love and about peace, chances are they ain't shit. You know, that's just a front right there. He's writing all these songs about all these animals, and you know about how the I saw a tiger and the tiger saw a man. You know, shut the fuck up, man. This dude did not care about these animals at all.
Wow.
The moment this bitch got into financial trouble, he was slinging them kittens like goddamn house cats in a pet store.
I did see that.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
He got you didn't even see the part that I saw. Like, I mean, he was bargaining with kittens. He would just have these animals get pregnant or inseminate them and just start slinging kittens out there like they were nothing, man. You know, I mean, it's really despicable. And this guy, for all the love that he's talking about, and that's why I say, I hate people who put up a front and try to act like they care. Oh, I love the world. I love the children. I love God. I love the earth. You know, and all these people who usually lay that shit on too hard, they're probably shitty people. This guy, you learn at some point, he committed. And what I'm telling you, you're not even thinking about this. You'll have to see it to actually know what I'm saying, because you're not going to guess. But he committed some of the most horrible acts of animal abuse. But yet he's talking about how he loves these tigers. They got a soul. One guy actually took a small tiger and put his ass in a suitcase and took him to Las Vegas just so he could get laid. He could just show all the women. And even looked at the camera and said, you know, it takes a little pussy to get a little pussy. Am I right? Nah, you're like, f off. Man. All these people are doing certain things. It only takes a matter of time before you see how ego starts to make Joe's world implode.
Yeah.
It goes right down to like all of them. Actually, all of them. You can see how all of these people who have these parks or these zoos, all of them have staff that they've hired. They don't pay them well, and I understand maybe they can't, but then these people got these big homes. Now Joe lives straight up like trash.
Right.
Joe lives like a meth addict. Joe would hire people who are down in their luck, ex-cons.
Misfits.
Yeah, misfits, not just misfits, ex-cons. People who are desperate. People who just got dropped off at the bus station with nowhere to go. And then he wonders why I'm surrounded by meth addicts. I ain't never seen so many people on Joe's. It's like every other person on Joe's land ain't got no teeth, because meth took that shit out.
Okay, I was wondering because one of his husband, one of them, they showed pictures when he's young and he's a handsome dude. But then when they cut right to him, I guess now interviewing him, and them teeth are gone. There's like one tooth in his head.
Meth took a pair of pliers and yanked that shit out. It's mine, bitch. I'm the tooth fairy today. One of them big. The shit looks like hillbilly teeth.
Yeah.
You see people with hillbilly teeth, and you think it's funny because you see it always taken out from the gumball machines and whatnot. But when you see somebody with that teeth really missing, that shit is horrifying. You see all the black holes in their gums and everything. It's like, God damn.
No, it's funny. I knew a husband and wife, and they weren't on meth, but they literally had holes all in their teeth.
Yeah, people. I don't understand meth, but that must be the best feeling in the world to see. That's why I would never even sniff meth, because you've seen faces of meth with your teeth gone and you scratching sores on your skin. That shit must make you feel top of the world when you have it. That shit must make you feel like the most beautiful motherfucker on the planet. But, he would control his staff. He would manipulate and exploit boys for his, legal, of course, but he would exploit young men for his own pleasure. The guy is slime, man. He really is. One of the good things about the documentary is that it really does give you some perspective on how much it costs to take care of animals. They let you know, like, for a month of feeding like a park full of 30 tigers or 50 tigers, that's $100,000.
Yeah.
That's $100,000 to take care of these things. And every time we talk to you, there's a different count on these tigers. What the hell is going on, man?
Right.
It's and as I said, man, all these people, they all of them exploit. It seems like their staff. All of them seem like this. They make this about them. All of them, they're happy for the fame. They're happy for the adoration. But Joe really is the main one, man. Joe's the main one that's up out here. And the funny thing with Joe is that, again, if Joe had not just been so damn stupid, if he had just not let his ego get the best of him, this is the kind of guy that listens to his own country music when he's driving in the car and brags about it. This is all I listen to is me. See, if this guy had actually not let his ego get the best of him, he probably would have been all right. And you get the feeling that his life really took a wrong turn. When there was a producer that kind of sniffed money, and this eccentric guy, this guy named Rick Kirkman. He was a producer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a producer and reporter for Fox News, Inside Edition. He's been, he's not some guy that doesn't know what he's doing. This guy's a professional. So he said, you know what? If he plays the cards right, this guy and works with me, we can make millions. If he just lets me come in and do what I need to do. And he came in and straightened out his studio. He added production to his little shitty streams.
Right. Because when he started, he was only getting like 80 viewers.
80? I think they said he was getting 8. I think they said he was getting 8 people just watching what he was doing at the time. And he says, I'm gonna come in and fix this. At that point, that's when he became the center of this reality TV show that this guy Rick wanted to make, and that's when everything just went to his head.
Who is Joe Exotic? What is Joe Exotic? And at first, I thought this is one insane son of a bitch.
You see him on TV and you're like, he can't be this crazy. He can't be this wild. And he definitely is.
You watch that sizzle reel after the fact, and it takes on a whole new meaning.
Really?
Yeah. Everything that you saw right there what happened with his life ended up being the opposite of what we saw right here.
Wow.
Like I said, this guy is complete slime, man. He really is. And what they do is early in the documentary, they really make you like him, man. You give him the benefit of the doubt. And me even telling you all this right now, that guy is going to woo you. This guy, Joe Exotic, no matter what I told you, this guy's going to pull you in, and I'm going to be the asshole. You're going to be like, Corey, what you talking about? This guy's all right, man. I don't see nothing wrong with him. What documentary were you watching, bitch?
I'm down with Joe.
I'm down. I go with Joe. And now you see how, are you all right? What's that microphone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm messing with some cords. Go ahead.
You see here that, he could have been all right, but this guy, he let his ego push him into with this woman, Carol, and she had the money and the brains to outwit him and legally outlast his dumb ass. Until, this is in the documentary too, but just in case I got to reiterate, until it drove him to do something completely stupid to where it ended up ending badly for him.
Federal agents say Joe Exotic paid someone $3,000 to commit the crime, and he promised more cash once her heart stopped beating.
Wow.
That was what I saw. Like the only thing I knew of Joe was this.
I'm broke as shit. I have a judgment against me from some bitch down there in Florida, but I can tell you I paid a fine with the USDA, and that is nothing but a civil fine, ladies.
Went from laughing at that to reading later that he tried to have somebody killed. I was like, holy shit. That took a turn. Yeah, man. You should really watch this. It really did.
No, I will.
Yeah, it lived up to what everybody was telling me about, man. And I thought I knew everything about this. I didn't know a goddamn thing. Seriously, watch this, people. If you're stuck at home, now I'm not saying this is gonna be the best documentary you see, but if you need something to really take up your time and something that's gonna draw you in and make you want to watch one episode after another, this is gonna be it right here. I'm being serious. I was walking in the backyard with my iPad. I was cooking with the iPad. I took a shit with the iPad. I was preparing the show and it was still running. I was just like, I cannot put this down. It is going to take up your time and it's going to feel like it's a breeze, man. The only thing that I can complain about with this is that the personal things, it's mostly with the filmmaking. I really don't like those shots in documentaries where, they when they want to introduce somebody, they always have them stand still and they do that dramatic, pan up, or they put the camera on a person. I don't like that. They do some things where they recreate moments in slow-mo. I think those things are kind of cheesy and unnecessary if your material is strong, which it does seem like this material is very strong. If you're on lockdown, yeah, I highly recommend it. I guess if I had to give it a rating, even though I'm watching it at home on Netflix, full price. It was good, very good.
Well, right on.
Yeah, it was very educational too. And also, it gave me everything I wanted, Martin. It's gave me laughs, made me angry. I was almost, crying for these animals. I was on the edge of my seat, trying to, waiting to see what was going to happen with certain situations, and it never was boring, man. This thing kicked me in my ass every episode. I know. You got me wanting to see it. Although when you talk about the abuse of the animals, that's the one thing that makes me go like, do I really want to sit through that? Like I said, they keep it to a minimum. It's mostly about these people, man, and how shitty these people probably are. So, yeah.
That's the one thing I worried about was because, by the end of the first episode, I'm like, all right, all these big animal people are crazy. So it's not going to surprise me too much what they do. Yeah. But you're making it sound like maybe I'm wrong about that.
Like I said, it's people right now talking about, well, man, you just told me everything. I don't need to watch it. Well, don't. But you're going to miss a lot. I didn't even scratch the surface with this. I did not. That's just how many twists this thing takes. I've sat up here and talked about this goddamn documentary for almost an hour. And I still haven't even begun to tell you what happens with this.
Wow. Okay.
Watch it.
All right.
God damn it.
Okay.
Watch it. Watch it. Just stop looking at me. Go watch it. It's
Fair enough.
great.